Hello, everybody.
Greetings.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Great, thanks.
Good. I think we're going to
Living
give
the
it.
dream.
We're a little. Hello, everybody. I was running a little late today. Hey, Corey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm amazing. How are you, Peter?
I'm excellent.
I did the thing where you leave the YouTube on. Accidentally play Peter's voice over again.
It's hard to catch it sometimes.
Oh, all right. Fine as fiddles. How fine are fiddles? Vittles. Cat fur? Fine and frog hair.
Hairball?
That's a Corey. You see he has frog hair on his face in his picture right there. All right. All right. Well, let's see, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday night, every other week AMA. I think we did one last week, didn't we? Because we showed the video of Otherverse. So I'm going to give you guys a quick update there on Otherverse. Hopefully on Monday, I actually have a version of Otherverse that very few people have. I was just playing around in it. I'm not going to do it here because you know, you guys will have to wait because a bigger update will be out on Monday. And then I believe the rest of the gray groups will be invited. And then over the next week or two, of course, massive numbers of that. I will tell you guys that Nexus Ventures as a group, me, Yanni there, Sharona, Rhonda, Dawn, Corey, we are now the official team for business development for Otherverse. So we basically are working with, which is a great advantage for us, for Nexus Ecosystem, because all the leads, all the business that's coming into Otherverse will go to this team. And this team will do the sales and follow-up and development and advertising and marketing. We are working directly with the entire team of Otherverse in arranging events, concerts, all kinds of things like that. So, you know, they had put out that they were looking for a business development person through Brian. I had a conversation with them. And I started to spend some time thinking about who would be good for this job. I actually came up with a couple of different names, a couple of different things, people, not things, people. But then I came to the realization there was no one on the planet or no team on the planet that believes in the metaverse. The Otherverse is going to be a dominant force in that, and that is excited about it and has the skill levels of the people that you're seeing right here on the screen right now: Corey, Dawn, Rhonda, Sharona, and Jan. I don't have very much talent, but that's okay. They gave me the job as the leader, so I get to live off of all their talents and all the great stuff that they do. So anyway, so that is official, guys. Also, we are on Thursday Saturday, have a call in the afternoon where we are going to go through and show you guys the replacement that we're doing to bring the vision that we had over in Blockchain Alliance. You guys know that was my concept that I came up with the team. We worked on it. We built it. The whole utility with avatars and all of that stuff was from this core team right here. And being that we could not really work with the way things were functioning over there, we decided to break away and take that concept and just, I don't know how many let me get your guys' opinion that know here on the team. how many levels do you think we've amped it up above what Blockchain Alliance is? Let me go to Dawn. Dawn, how much do you think we amped it up? 1, 2, 3 levels?
Oh, at least 7 levels.
At least 7 levels above where it is. And we're going to start to explain some of that on Saturday. We also have a way for people to participate in a way that we're doing to put together some resources in order to launch this by November 1st and get that going. So we'll cover those details on Saturday afternoon. I think probably around 2 or 3 o'clock. I don't know. We just got to get everybody's availability, and then we'll come up with a time and we'll do a post on it. But we're going to actually tell you guys the name of what we're doing. So, you know, you'll have that name on it's a for-profit business that is then going to drive a DAO. That DAO, we don't have a name for it. We're actually going to not have a name for it. We're going to have you guys help us. So once you get involved and you're a part of it, then you will get to vote on a name for the DAO. So it's a DAO by the people, for the people, named by the people. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So we'll work on that once, probably in the next couple of weeks, as we get closer and closer to launching it. Now, we will be putting some resources together for those of you. There's about 30 people on here. I don't know how many are on YouTube, but how many people are actually interested in helping us, that are on here right now, that are interested in helping us grow the community? Basically sharing, recruiting, utilizing the software that we build in order to help grow the community. So we got Perry, we got Jody, Lauren, okay, Ken Monk. Yeah, we got a lot of people that want to help us, you know, share that. And if you're on YouTube, you can put it in YouTube as well. All right. Yep. To the best of my limited ability. You know, guys, it's we're going to create the content. So normally in home-based businesses, the skill of the recruiter is really a big core of the success of it. However, one way you can kind of override that is with content. Meaning, I don't care how good you are. If you get me to watch a video that explains things to me in a way that makes me go, wow, that's exciting, right? I'm going to go ahead. So we're going to be creating content for you guys. Matter of fact, we're working right now playing a little bit with AI. We have about, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 5 videos in production right now, Corey? 1, 2, 5 different ones? 5.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, 5.
5 different videos, guys, from 50-something second ones to 20-minute videos, and we're working right now on a presentation, which we'll do. But me and Jan were just playing with some AI. And Jan, would you like to maybe give them a sneak peek? And again, guys, this is nowhere near finished. We're utilizing AI. We're working through it, but it'll kind of give you an idea of what our goal is here. And I'll get a little bit into those details of what our goal is to be able to make it to where we can grow. Before we do that, though, here's the thing, guys. You guys know that my belief system is 100% community is commerce. Meaning that in where technology is going, the future, okay, we've got this future coming. It's Web3, it's AI, and it's quantum computing. It is technology that is absolutely, and I don't know if there's ever been a time, I haven't looked through all of history, where there were 3 disruptive technologies all coming together to make a change in the world. And you guys know that I've read an article on one of these calls that they're estimating 800 million jobs could be displaced by AI. We have been using and playing with AI, whether it's Claude, whether it's ChatGPT, Midjourney, the list goes on and on of the different AIs that we've been playing with. And I got to tell you, even on a Fiverr situation, the video that me and Jan created, I don't know, he did some research first. I don't know, maybe we played with it for an hour, Jan, about an hour going back and forth on the script, somewhere in there.
Say an hour.
Guys, would have taken any web person doing this 3, 4, 5 days to do it. It would have cost, $400 or $500 probably, in that range, even on Fiverr here in the US. Who knows what it would have cost to put it together. And again, we're doing work on it. We're learning to use these softwares, but we were able to do it in a very short period of time and put together content. So our goal with what we're getting ready to launch on November 1st is to have a consistent flow of content and tools, meaning software that will allow you to share, get engaged, and all that stuff. So one of the things that we're improving over the one that shall not be named on this call right now, is we're improving the compensation plan, where that one that shall not be named was paying out about 30%. We'll be paying out 35% total through bonus pools and first and second level. So that's an improvement over it. People getting more money faster, better, and all that stuff. So, and we'll share some stuff with you on Saturday, a little bit of sneak peeks and looks and stuff like that on what we're doing, where we're going. So if you want to build it, come. If you want to see. Now, for the people that have already done an NFT, a B, that minted a B, whatever that B you mint it, you will get a credit for, and then you can either just mint that dollar value, or you can choose to go to the next level and mint a bigger or more opportunity. I almost said the name of it. So, Corey, you can't let me say the name of it. No. Okay. All right. I had to tell myself no because I almost slipped. All right. Maybe we'll slip on. I don't even think we'll slip on Saturday with the name of what we're doing. That's going to be on the 1st. So that will be unveiled on the 1st. As a matter of fact, we might have to put some little black things on what we're showing, like little boxes, to not show that. We will show you go over the name of the project and that stuff on Saturday. And then we'll also ask for you guys to become part of the social media and help us start driving posts and sharing and all that stuff that's in there. Okay. So Jan, are you ready to share and play our little video that we put together?
Yep.
All right, let's play.
Let's go.
Again, guys, early stages. We're just learning this and getting things moving along. But
Uniswap pioneered decentralized exchange through its automated market maker model.
you didn't
But it was
start
the
at the beginning, buddy, did you?
I think I did, but let's try
No,
again.
I think it started at Uniswap, and it should be.
Uniswap pioneered decentralized exchange
maybe
through
we
its
should-
automated market maker model. But it was the incentives to provide liquidity that fueled Uniswap's rise. By participating as a liquidity provider in its early days, you could have earned 400 Uni tokens, worth over $16,000 at its peak. Aptos Labs conducted one of the largest airdrops ever, distributing 23 million tokens to over 120,000 users. Contributors could have received nearly 200 APT tokens, worth around $1,000 at its highest price. And Blur.io required referrals and trading activity to earn its airdrop. Participants saw over $1,000 in value just days after Blur's launch. Across these breakout examples, we see user participation as the common thread. Whether through liquidity, rewards, airdrops, or referrals, collaborative effort is the fuel propelling Web3's evolution. And early adopters are benefiting greatly. You may have missed these 3 examples. However, Aptos and Blur are still conducting airdrops, and there will be many more opportunities in the future. The best way to ensure you catch these is to be part of an engaged community. Don't miss another opportunity. Check out our community Next Web3, your simple doorway to the exciting world of Web3 digital wealth.
That's that. What do you think?
Yes, Sarah. I'm going to ask her a question for Sarah. Yes, Sarah, we will have the line of sponsorships in place. So if you've already, people go in and register and all that stuff will stay in place. Always, 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 always. All right. So what'd you guys think of the video? I don't see any comments. Oh, there they are.
Smooth.
So one of the goals, guys, is to say, and is, you know, when we talk about the participatory economy, we talk about community as commerce. I don't think, and maybe you guys can tell me, if before you got involved with us, did that mean anything to you? If it didn't mean anything, put in a 1. If it did mean something, put in a 2, right? So we're saying to people, hey, be part of this participatory economy, community as commerce. We really need to, and especially Web3, prior to coming to Nexus, how many of you guys knew of Web3? Put in a 1 if you had heard the term or knew what Web3 is prior to coming to the to this community. Put in a 1. No ones. Put in a 2 if you did not know what Web3 was before you came here. All right, so I want you guys to think about what we've been trying to do, which is go out and tell people, hey, here's this great place to come and be part of Web3. And I think what most people are saying is, what the heck is Web 1 or Web 2? So, right, I didn't even know there was a Web 1 or 2, or I mean, what the heck are you talking about? So it's hard to get people to become part of what you're doing or to join something if they just do not understand or know what it is even you're talking about, right? So I'll give an example. Let's say you went out into the middle of the Amazon and you went to a tribe that has never seen people before, okay? And you tried to give away free cell phones. How successful would you be giving away free cell phones if you went to a tribe, right, that didn't know technology even existed? They didn't know you could call anybody. They didn't know. You probably would have a rough time. As a matter of fact, they would probably maybe want to scalp you or something because they think you were voodoo, right? They'd be like, oh my goodness, this is bad juju here. We're not going to even have anything to do with that. I think that's what we've been doing when we go out and we talk to people about Web3. And, you know, a little bit if you mention crypto, but again, crypto is that positive, negative, stay away from it. It's a scam. So our goal is to lay out the reality. How many people here participated in the Uniswap airdrop? Well, let's say this. How many people did not participate in the Uniswap airdrop? Put in a 2. All right. So at that time, gas fees were a little bit higher. I would say for $100, you could have participated and done enough in Uniswap to receive 400 Uniswap tokens. And as in that video that we just watched, at the peak, that would have been $16,000. Now, let's say you had to learn to set up a wallet. You had to, let's say you invested 2 or 3 hours. Let's say it even took you 4 hours of investment and $100. If I told you guys that there'd be 50 opportunities over the next 2 years for you to invest 4 hours and $100 and you could get up to $16,000 return, who's in? Put in a 1 if you're in. All right. Now, let me ask you a question. How many of you people know 5 or more people that would be in if they understood? Put in a 3 if you know 5 or more people that you think if they could make $16,000 with a few hours of investment of time and a small sum of money, how many people do you think would do it? The Blur airdrop, $1,000. Maybe an hour of your time. I believe you had to mint, buy 1 NFT transaction, and then do some sharing social media stuff. Maybe 20 minutes of time, invest it in the Blur, how many people put in a 1 would have invested 20, 30 minutes and been patient for up to 9 months to make $1,000 and an airdrop? Okay. Aptos, you had to do a transaction on their testnet, probably a few pennies. If there was a bigger fee, they probably returned it back to you, but I would say $8, $10, $12, some sharing, a few other things. Let's say you would have had to invest an hour into the Aptos model. Again, a 1, and I believe that was $1,000 at its point. How many here would have invested in that? Again, how many people here putting in a 3 would have 5 or more people that if they understood it, if we got that knowledge across to them, put in a 3, if you knew 5 or more people that would do Blur and make their $1,000 there or more, Aptos $1,000 or more, and Uniswap. And since we are in a bear market, we have been, that's today, guys, except for the Uniswap. The Uniswap was at its peak in 2021. Uniswap has improved. At that time, they only had Ethereum. They've added other chains. They've continued to develop. They've continued to build resources. So it would be probably pretty confident to say that it might have the opportunity to go back to its all-time high and maybe even higher, right? As this continues, especially if hundreds of millions and billions of people pour into the Web3 space, right? So, and again, our goal, and this is one of the, I'm explaining this to you guys because we're going to start putting out some posts. And in these posts, what we need your feedback. So we're going to ask, like, you know, hey, when you hear the words participatory economy, what comes to your mind? When you hear community-based commerce, what comes to your mind? Is there any negative that comes to your mind when you hear these? What are terms that would maybe help you understand these better, right? Because this is all about messaging. And we are going to create massive amounts of content because our goal is to discover the video, the post, the next video, the next post that gets those 5 people that all of you guys said you know, right? Almost everybody put a 3 in. Lots of people know at least 5 people, right? That would want this airdrop from Uniswap, Blur, all of that stuff. And if we could help them get involved, get educated, learn how to do this stuff, that they would want to participate in it. And I have to tell you, so I was talking to somebody today, with this model coming along, in the future, 8, 10, 12 years down the road, you will not be able to even launch a company. So right now, when you build a company, the vast majority, 90+%, start a company. I'm not talking about a lawn service or something where somebody's small business. We're talking about a company. I'm going to launch my company. I'm going to develop my product. I'm going to more than likely go raise some money and bring investors in. And then I'm going to find my staff, and to get good staff, CFO, COO, you know, all these top positions, I'm probably going to have to offer them some equity in my project to build the company. Some other level employees will probably give a little stock to, eventually raise some more money, go to more VCs. Eventually, once all of that is done, then I'm going to go finally to the retail investors. I'm going to go and say, okay, now you, the early investors, have now made an 8, 10, 12, 20 times return on their money. You're going to come in here. And then if we really grow, you can 5, 10, 15, 20 extra money, whatever that is, right? The new equation is going to be, I'm going to come up with an idea and a product. The first thing I'm going to do is tokenize my entire operation. I'm going to go and possibly, if I need some initial capital, take a small portion of that and go to professional VCs that will give me my seed capital, or maybe friends and family that'll get a good value on these tokenized assets, okay? And there'll be legal structures and everything put in place to do this stuff. And then what I will do is put out an announcement to my potential customers. Come check out ABC Company And we are going to be doing an airdrop of our tokenized assets for people that participate. And I will give you the pathway for you to participate. It will tell you need to do this, 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 this. Now, I have to have a viable product that people will want. Uniswap did their airdrop 4 years ago, and they're still in business today, doing tremendously well on the amount of volume. So businesses can start this way and survive as long as they're providing value and continuing to move forward, because there are people that are early adopters. I was talking to Jody and I asked him a question. I said, you know, there's reward cards out there. Target's a great one to use as an example. How many people here shop at Target? Put in a 1 if you shop at Target. Okay. How many of you put in a 2 if you have a red card, if you actually use the red card? So there are people on here that shop at Target that do not use a red card. A red card gives you an automatic 5% off your bill, right? You spend $200, you're going to save $10 right off the top, right? However, the vast majority, more than 50% of the people actually that shop at Target do not. You're not alone if you don't use a red card. Most people don't use it because most people just want to be able to go in, buy products, or again, deliver it to the door. They're not really that interested in it. So there's going to be 2 levels of people moving forward. People that want to benefit financially from the what these companies are doing, and then the people that just want the products and services. Here's the key, guys. This is the participatory economy, okay? 8 years ago, we pioneered the word, coined it, whatever you want to call it. We came up with this concept and this idea, put it all together. Unbeknownst to us, blockchain, smart contracts, all these things were coming, which is just happens to be the idea of the participatory economy is not just involved in Web3. It was coming whether Web3 was here or not. Just happens to be Web3 is the best way, and we have the proof of this. You don't have to argue with anybody that the participatory economy is coming. Jan just gave you through that video 3 examples. Blur, how did you get that airdrop? You participated in their products and services. Participatory economy. Blur, how did you get the airdrop? You participated. You used their products and services. You got your airdrop. Number 3, Aptos, right? How did you participate, right? You use their products and services. That is the participatory economy. That's how people will benefit from it. That's how they'll become financially stable. Now, if you took Uniswap and Blur and all that, it'd be nice, an extra 18,000. How many people here could use an extra 18,000 bucks, right? Be good. However, with the concept of community is commerce, now we start to do a multiplier, okay? I'm going to go back in the day. It used to be companies would hire workers. Workers were individuals. Companies could take advantage of them. If one employee left, they could replace him with another. And people got together and said, hey, wait a minute. If we together band our working and we're all willing to walk out on work the same day, we could actually form things called unions, and these unions would make the workplace safer and better. And I will tell you guys, and I don't want to get political here on unions, not unions, okay? That's not a political statement. Unions over the course of time have saved millions and millions of lives and improved the lives of millions and millions of people because of collective bargaining, okay? Why do I cover that? Let's go back to community as commerce, okay? I participate, let's say, with Uniswap. I could do a few more things myself, maybe get a bigger airdrop. However, what if when Uniswap started, I would have had 50,000 friends, and instead of Uniswap taking a whole bunch of time to get to the 50,000 people that are however many produced in their thing, I could bring those to them immediately. How valuable do you guys think that is? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being massive, 1 being not valuable at all, how valuable do you think that is to any organization to be able to do this and put this together, right? I hope this is starting to make sense, guys, because we understand this. We live, we breathe it every single day. There is nothing that can shake me away from that. Community is commerce, the participatory economy is coming, and the people, the community, the DAO that is able to go out and convey this to the masses and put together an organization, a DAO that has 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 100,000, 200, 300, 500,000, 1 million people that are educated on this. Not that just said, oh, I can get some free money, let me go do this, but understand where it's going. Will create hundreds of millions, billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, possibly $1 trillion in digital wealth. I want to ask you guys the question, who do you think will hold or control the most of that wealth? The founders or the communities? Let's look at the facts. Uniswap distributed more than 50% of their tokens out to the community. Aptos, more than 50% of the tokens will go out to the community. Blur, more than 50%. Okay, so I want you guys to ask you guys a question. Remember my last question. Who benefited more? F, over 50% of the tokens are being sent out to participants. Who is benefiting more from these activities and happening? The community. Now think about an organized community. I'm a company, I need to go build. I'm going to take 9 months to build to 100,000 people. Then I can now launch my project and get the token going. What if we could take that time down to a month? Could that community say, guys, we'll do it, but we want our community to have half of all the community tokens that you're going to give out, or 20% or whatever it is, right? And we don't want you to give them to us, or the DAO. What we want you to do is give a little bit to the company that helped put this together, a little bit more to the DAO. What we want you to do is give most of those, most of it, probably 85, 90%. We want you to give it directly to our community members that participate in moving it forward. ROVC, return on value created. Does that make sense? Does anyone else get excited when you begin to think about these concepts and where they can take us as a community? Leveraging people. Think about 10, 5, 15-year friends hanging out at an event with thousands of people at it. And all of those people participated. And when the airdrop comes out, every one of the people that you know, they're like, man, I made $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. And we're doing this month after month after month after month after month after month after month. And this is all accumulating, and it's building, and it's growing, and it's moving forward. How many people would love to be part of a community that's doing something that dynamic, that incredible? I know I do. I've been on this for 8 years now, visualizing and beginning to understand that community is commerce, the participatory economy is coming, and that there's these technologies that are going to displace a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people that are fine today that might not be so fine over the next 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 years. However, the ones that get educated on this concept of participatory economy, concept of communities of commerce, find the right community. This is going to be the hardest part, guys, finding the right community. Because I got to tell you, there will be scam artists, scumbags, and people that want to just jump on the train and they're going to start organizations like this and say, oh, we're going to do all this stuff. And so our goal is to what? We know there is a community, and we know this because this team fully doxed and has shown up and actually continued to push forward over the last 2 years. Do you guys know that in 25 days or 26 days, this bear market is officially 2 years old? For 2 years, we have continued to show up, continued to build, and continue to push forward. We are here. Now, there will be other good organizations that are launched out there, guys. But I'm going to tell you guys, because some of you guys might go, well, I want to go find another one too. I like Nexus, but maybe I want to go date around a little bit, right? And maybe, you know, have other things that I'm involved with. The first thing you must do in order to find and evaluate, because I want you guys to win, whether you're winning here. Look, for us, Web3 blows up. Every good company that starts in this area, communities, commerce, participatory economy, every one of them will value everyone else, because a rising tide raises all ships. And when Web3 explodes, we will create massive amounts of wealth. And we don't want every company. We don't want every project. We only want the projects that resonate with us, right? That are positive. They're going to bring value to the world. So we're not interested in being in everything. We're interested in being in the right stuff with the right focus, okay? So what you're looking for, guys, first of all, is whatever team it is needs to be fully doxed, okay? Never get involved in anything that does not have a true docs team, and make sure that you research, do real research. Don't just go, oh, they have a LinkedIn link. Go to the LinkedIn link, see if they're engaged, see if they know some of the same people. Go to their other social media, other people that you know. If you do know somebody, just don't go, oh, this person has 11 friends of mine. Reach out to some of those friends and ask, hey, do you really know this person? Right? Do your homework and do your diligence on it, because there's a lot of people out there trying to fake it. The next thing is, you guys understand Web3, right? So put a 1 in if you have a pretty good understanding of what Web3 is. Okay. If you're working with an organization and the leadership in that organization, if they are talking and to yourself, you go, you know what? I know more about Web3 than they do, then you should avoid that organization completely. If they don't understand, and I'm not talking about the technical stuff, right, guys? Smart contracts, and I'm talking about the concept, the idea, the importance of community in the equation. If their focus is not community driven, if their focus is not on Web3, and if they don't understand the power of the metaverse, because I'm going to tell you guys right now, the #1 core, the center of the entire Web3 will be the metaverse. Not a lot of people say that. As a matter of fact, some people talk about the metaverse being separate from Web3, but it is the part of it, and it is the core of it that will make it sing the best, right? So there's people that can sing really well, and then there's the best singer. This will make Web3 the best singer that it can become, because of the way, when you start talking digital currencies, when you start talking digital environments, where will they do best? That is in that. And Web3 is supposed to be an immersive web. If it's Web3 is an immersive web, then Web3 needs to be what? A metaverse web, because that's the immersion part of the web, right? You got the web, you got the 3, which, by the way, the 3 is the community. You got the web, community, and then the immersive is the metaverse. Does that make sense to everybody? Because it makes sense to me, right? When you put the equation together, right? It makes absolute sense. You have the web, the 3 is the people, the multiplier, the factor, right? And then the immersion is the metaverse, okay? All coming together in order to be able to do that. And then on top of that, there's decentralization and there's all this other stuff. And that's what smart contracts and cryptocurrency and all that stuff brings to the table. Okay. All right. Is everybody with me, or have I lost anybody? If I lost you, put in a 2. If you're still with me, put in a 1. Excellent. Excellent. So here's the thing, guys. I'm going to ask you these guys questions very often. Why? Because we need to figure out the language that will get people to say, you know what? That's the group I want to be with. They understand it. They're the easiest and most convenient path for me to be a part of it. And man, would I love to hang out with those people, right? Would I love to be a part of it? And part of this equation, and some of you guys are so freaking good at this, right, is engagement with members. A new member joins, saying, hi, you're welcome, sending them a little, you know, whatever you call it, right? Depending on what platform you're on, right? A little poke or whatever it is. And asking, you know, hey, do you need any, you know, any help with anything, you know, that type of stuff, right? And I'm not talking about giving anybody money or any of that stuff, right? It's just information, right? Being able to share, saying you're, you know, hi, you're welcome. We've built a community called Cooler Brands. And one of the greatest things about it is when it's something positive happens or somebody asks for prayer or any of that type of stuff, it's just, the wall is just full. If I go to somebody who's part of our community and it's their birthday, the majority of those people I know that say happy birthday to them, because we're engaged, right? We understand that the real value in life are the people that are in your life, not the cars, not the houses. They're nice to have, not the vacations, not even the money in the bank. That's all nice to have, and money's a necessity. But it's the people in our lives that create the most value. And that is a part where I believe the metaverse is going to enhance things, because there's going to be mechanisms in place where fraudulent people can't just, you know, you're going to have a better understanding of who people are and what their benefits that they bring to the table. Okay, so let's get back to what we were talking about. So our goal, though, guys, is to create content. So, okay, so we have the vetting the person that's in it. Okay, you have the community. And you guys can ask questions, right? That's one of the things I would encourage you to do. If you're going to get involved in any project, anything that you're doing, even projects, as we get this running and the DAO goes out and finds a project, right? Let's say it finds ABC project and it brings it to the community. And we bring the founders of that project to you guys in the community, right? What is the first thing we want you guys to help us do? Can somebody put in you know, a response there in the little box there? Vet them. And how do you do that? You ask questions that we may have not thought of, right? To ask. You're there to be the inquisitor. Think about it. I'll put it in this perspective. Okay. You have a daughter. Okay. She's 16. She brings a boy to the house who wants to take her out. Are you just going to let her walk off and just say, have a nice night? Or are you going to ask questions like, what's your phone number? Where do you live? So I can hunt you down and kill you if anything happens to my daughter, right? Those type of things. Drew's got the gun. Exactly. Right. And you're going to quiz and you want to know something about those people. Okay. We're going to invest our time, our effort, our energy. We're going to bring our friends, our family, our value to it. Some of you guys are going to show this to your kids. Your kids are going to get involved, and you know, hey, they're not going to get caught up in this, you know, future where people are going to get displaced because they're understand the participatory economy. So your children are going to benefit from this. And so you want to make sure that they are. And that comes down to you guys asking questions. So when we're on calls and we go, hey, does anybody have any questions? All right. Guys, bombard with questions, right? But just ask the questions, right? I don't care. Ask them if they're a scam artist, right? Are you a scam artist, right? Have you ever been part of a scam? You know, do you know a scam artist, right? Is your cousin a scam artist? I don't know what you guys, the questions you guys want to ask, but that's really up to you guys. But make sure you guys help us because we'll listen to the answers. Look, when we initially vet people, we'll do a lot of that type of stuff, but we can't be on the phone for 6 hours asking questions, right? And so you guys might know something that, and have some insight, lots of questions for doing it. And that's what you should do. We're going to get back to third-party other projects that are not us. Those are the same things that you guys should do there, right? I see so many times, I see presentations and stuff, and the person will go, hey, does anybody have any questions? And there's like either just one or two, and it's probably somebody that's already involved with it, and they're just asking a question because it's odd that things go quiet. We need to ask more questions. We need to be more curious, like a child, right? Why? How many people have a kid that you had that just would ask why all the time, right? Put in a 1 if you had a why child, right? Why is that? Why is this? Why? Yeah, Dawn has one for sure. Bryce is always asking why, right? That's what we need to become. Because not only, guys, we can find, and we'll find the Web3 partners and we'll do it, but really it's the community. One of the powers of the community is the ability to vet, to find. You'll see a lot of things where there are people that are tracking wallets and all kinds of different things in the crypto space. This is about participation. So in one of the videos that we produced, it talks about participatory governance, right? Participating in votes and those type of things, and really being able to move stuff forward and go from there. So, all right. So those are the finer points for vetting third-party partnerships. So I'm going to wait till Saturday, and we're going to get into more details of how we're going to roll things out, what the next 3, 6, 12, 24, 36 months look like. We're going to lay out an entire plan, guys. We got a lot of great stuff that we're putting together. We'll show you guys the site and all that. Now, what we're going to do is that'll be in about 4 days, right? 4 days from now. Yeah, 4 days from now, which will be about the 14th. We're not launching till November 1st. However, Corey is a master recruiter. Okay, he and with Cooler Brands, he brought in over 200 people directly himself into the opportunity, right? He's going to be heading up, and maybe he can talk for a few minutes about it. If he can signal, blink twice, Corey, if you can talk.
You should say blink twice if you can't talk.
Right. Oh, right. Okay. And he didn't blink, so he can talk.
I
Okay.
blinked a few times. I don't know if you guys saw me.
So, guys, I'm going to let Corey explain to you. And these classes are going to start prior to us launching on November 1st, okay? Because what we want to do is get everybody ready. We don't want to be like, oh, it's November 1st, let's get in the starting blocks. No, we are going to be on the line, set, and just ready to come out of the gates like, there is no tomorrow, right? Like Secretariat on its last race, right? Just take the lead and just go, right? 30 something, whatever lengths ahead at the end of the race, because it just kept outrunning everybody else and everything that's going on. So Corey, real quick, buddy, can you tell them about your, about the class and a little bit? We've got to still structure it, so don't think you're going to get a lot of details, but can you run people by what we're going to do there and how it's going to happen and all that stuff?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's going to be loosely based on, I taught a previous 3 courses in different sections over a 3-year time span, but the original class was the power and mastery of influence. And it's really a class of a combination of influencing tactics, finding yourself, personal development, being the best you that you can possibly be. And so it's kind of a 360 degree personal development with the ability to believe in what you're doing, passion for what you're doing, and sharing the message and bringing as many people with you as you can. So it's going to be a fun, interactive class with accountability and consistency and persistency all rolled into one.
And if you like to dance, you need to be there. All right. So now I'm going to ask the question. How many people on here are willing to commit? Some people might only be able to do it in recording. We know you have jobs, that type of stuff. But if there's a recording, we request that you watch it, that you participate. How many people on here, put in a 1 if you are going to participate? If you are going to participate, meaning take action. All right. Because guys, we are going to move this community. Look, I want George, Nadia, Marty, I want you guys to win. Lois, everyone on here, I want you guys to win, okay? However, I'm not talented enough or smart enough to take everybody with us, right? In it. I could probably come up with a business concept, an idea, launch it with traditional things, and make myself vastly, amazingly wealthy, right? And take a small team with me of people. But for this concept to work, it is not Peter is commerce or the team is commerce. It's community is commerce. Can everybody type that in the chat? What kind of commerce is it? Some of you are going, God, this guy's obnoxious, right? What the heck? Why are we even here? Right? Community is commerce, guys. Community. We need you guys to help us help you, right? That's like a Jerry Maguire moment right there, right? Help me, help you. Help me, help you, right? That's it. No, it's help me, help us, help you, help us, help you, help whatever, right? It's everywhere around, right? So that's where we're getting ready to go on November 1st. Look, guys, I will not sit by. I will come to your house, each and every one of you, right? And sit there with you if I need to on November 1st. We are going to come out of the gate like a rocket ship, and we are going to build. We are running every day. You guys, when we first talked about this, we talked about December 1st, right? But I'm like, that's 30 days less that we have of the bear market before the real bull comes. This is not, hey, we got all the time in the world. Maybe we'll catch the next bull run. This is the big bull run, right? There'll be others. There'll be other opportunities. This is the one that's right in front of us, that's right there, ready for us to take action. But we need to take that action as soon as possible. If we have 1,000 people with NFTs on the day the bull market comes, maybe we 20 or 30x, and at the end of the thing, we're at 20, 30,000 people. And by the way, the end's not going to be the end. The end is just the beginning, because it's going to give us a whole nother cycle to build into things, okay? So there really is no end. This is the new way, and we are going to find together as a community the technologies and everything that is necessary in order for us to stay on the cutting edge and build through bull, bear, bull, bear, bull, bear, bull, bear, bull, bear for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Long after I'm gone, okay? We're going to continue to build through, and we're going to continue to make things happen. Okay, so Corey probably grabbed the names. If you want Corey to, let's do this, guys. If you want Corey to reach out to you and say, get you the information on times and all that stuff directly, put your email address in the chat, and we'll grab those. Maybe Sharona, if you could grab those, then we will have the first list of the people that want to be part of driving this thing and making it happen, okay? Professor Corey, yes, he's taking my title. He is the crypto professor, the growth professor, the professor of all and always. All right. The prof. Is it a prof or proof, buddy? Which one are you? Prof? The prof? All right, Admiral Corey. I like that one, Admiral Corey. All right, excellent. So here's what we're going to do, guys. If we have 10,000 people by the time we hit the bull run, we could get to 100 or 200 or 300,000 people, right? 10, 20, 30, 40 times what it is. And of course, if we could get to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 people that are all part of a community that ultimately his goal is to what? Leave this place better than we got here and get rich while we're doing it, right? I'm going to just say it like it is, right? Our goal is to leave this place better than when we arrived and get rich while we're doing it, okay? Is everybody on board with that statement right there? Put a 1 in if you're on board with leaving this place better than when we got here and getting rich in the process, right? I would say we are. And we have the ideas, the concepts, we see the future. All right. So I can show you where we talked about community as commerce, probably before there was ever a single airdrop. All right. Before anybody ever did a crypto airdrop, guys, we had these concepts, these ideas, and this stuff put together. Okay. So we understand this. We are Web3. I want you guys to know that. You, if you're on here, you're in part of what we're doing. You are Web3. We understand it better than 99.99999%. I'm telling you what, there are people right now that are crypto millionaires that do not understand Web3. They just happen to have Bitcoin or Ethereum, and they got it cheap enough, and they held on to it, and it made them wealthy. Not all people in crypto understand the whole nature of Web3. Matter of fact, there's only a small portion of the people that really understand it, right? And that a rising tide raises all ships, that we're all in this together, that projects need support, not just somebody get in, make a quick bunch of money and run out the door. All of these concepts that will pioneer and will put things in place that will allow for the best people to that are creating what? ROVC, return on value created. Okay, I got to tell you guys, that statement did not exist until we said it, okay? ROVC. You'll never find anybody have ever put that out there. Return on value created. ROI is return on your investment. We're talking about the value of you providing it to a project and getting compensated for that project. Return on value created. It's a post, it's a like, it's a share, it's a transaction, it's a whatever it may be, right? Anything that you do that's there, a referral to the program where somebody joins and becomes a part of it. All of that is ROVC, okay? So we're going to have a great compensation plan, guys. Hopefully we'll have that done here in the next week or two, and we'll get that out. I would actually like to, if you're on here and you've built a team of more than a few thousand people in any type of home-based business, made, let's say more than, 5,000 a month, put a 1 in, because when I get the comp plan done, I want to run it by about a dozen people. And I would rather do it with people in the community. I know a lot of networkers, but they're not in the community. So if you've built those type of organizations, had some success in networking, just put a 1 in. All right. So George will reach out to. Gary. Yep. So we'll work with Gary. Yep. All right, so let us know, guys. And if you have somebody that you might be like, hey, this person should be somebody, we're going to, of course, have Jody take a look at it. I'd love to have Sarah take a look at it. These are just phenomenal people that have been in the space for a while. Melody and Chad, absolutely. Yes. Well, Sarah, it doesn't matter how long ago. You have the essence of what we're looking for here. I can, if you want to know anybody who's done the best outside of a YouTube channel person in helping with Otherverse packages, it's Sarah. So she's done a phenomenal job in supporting Otherverse and helping move that forward and make that happen. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna work with everybody. Are there any questions? We're gonna practice our thing I said about asking questions. Are there any questions that we have? We have a couple of them. I'll read those and you guys can put in some more effect. Have not been here in a long time. Hey, all right. Don't understand everything that is happening now. would like to get on with someone on a Zoom to get caught up. We can probably arrange that. If you want to send an email to Sharona, if you could put your email address in there, and we can get something arranged for you to get caught up. Maybe even get you a couple recordings. Saturday would be a good call to make sure you're on, because we're going to get into some real details on that. Okay. All right. So from Damon, I don't know the details of the new direction, but I trust this team. My question is, how will revenue be raised for the new direction? We're going to talk about that on Saturday. Okay, Damon, we've already got some funding that we're putting up and getting going. We have a unique way for people that want to participate. Essentially, though, just being part of the community and helping grow it and purchasing NFTs. Now, everybody here that has already bought a B will get a matching credit. So you'll go to Mint, it'll have all the utilities on it. And a lot of what we're doing, guys, is based on the foundation of Blockchain Alliance, because again, that was my concept that I came up with. And then the team here helped massage it and formulate it and get it all put together. Okay. So we have just taken it and said, how can we improve it? And how can we make it work better for the end user? So by going out, Damon, and having somebody mint an NFT, that's going to help fund and move the process forward. But on Saturday, we'll also have an additional way that people can participate and be a part if they want to. If you don't want to, that's okay. We're actually going to, we had it set up to have meetings with about a dozen people who are all phenomenally wealthy. I'll just say that. And we were going to say, hey, here's what we want to do, and let them. But I can't do this without sharing it with the community first. You guys, giving you the opportunity if you want to, and then whatever everybody else doesn't want to, then we'll present and we'll close out the rest of it, because there's no way this idea is not going to work and take off. We understand too much. We've learned a lot over the years, and we are so close, guys, to Perry, probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon we'll do it, Pacific, so maybe about 5. That give us time to do the meeting. And if you're going out Saturday night, you can still go out and get your groove on, or whatever that may be. Okay. All right, so do we have a plan to have Zoom open for new people we will recruit for issues? Absolutely, Ken. Yes, we're actually, one of our utilities, I'll get into this real quick, is going to be, we're going to have the room open for people to get on board it and stuff like that. But one of the things that we're going to do is, and because it's expensive to run the room, guys, it's very costly. That'll be one of the utilities, our one-on-one onboarding and help beyond just the initial stuff. So the initial stuff, we'll have the Zoom rooms open. They'll do initially stuff, but to go beyond that, then, and the key is us to get you into projects that are going to be, digitally profitable. So, paying that compensation for it should not be a problem, because of the benefit is going to outweigh the cost on that side. Okay. Is the marketing material going to be in different languages? The answer is yes, Drew. We don't know what languages. We're looking at different technologies for us to be able to do that. But yes, we will have it in different languages. We are global. One of the things that we've done is the entry level is much, $49 is the entry level into what we're building. And the reason why is, I believe a big leverage point for this concept is in places like Africa, India, the Philippines, places where people make $200 a month, maybe $300 a month. The average person. So they have very low incomes, and we need an entry point to where they can get involved. And basically the lowest we could do that was $49 in order for them to become a part of it and move that forward and still move the ship forward, right? So I hope you guys understand that anything that we do, there is no free way to do it. Everything costs money. Every piece of content that's created, every person that works on something, whether it's the Zoom rooms, whether it's, you know, somebody creating a post, Rhonda creating posts, Corey doing these classes, all of that has a cost associated with it. And that's why we're selling the NFTs. The great thing is the value in them is in the utility. And then of course you have the art form that'll be displayed through these NFTs. Corey, where are you, buddy? You're supposed to be like, right? You're not doing
Wow,
that.
I saw that coming too. I was just about to say about 2 minutes ago, Peter, it's time to end the call.
All right. So, all right. So guys, I'm telling you, we got this, right? Together, we will build the absolute most dynamic, incredible community on the face of this earth. I had somebody who I was talking to the other day, and they know some people that have communities of 50,000, 100, 200, 300,000 people. And they've seen what we've done and what those organizations have done in similar situations. And they are blown away, guys, by what we've done. They are blown away, pound for pound, participation, the value that you guys provide, ROVC, return on value created, absolutely incredible on that, you know, on where that's at and where everything is going. So we just need to now put zeros on it. We've got this incredible core community. All we need to do is now start putting zeros on it. And the first zero, wow. The second zero, whoa. The third zero, holy moly, right? I mean, just what we will do and what the future that will bring forward is, and I gotta tell you guys, I'd love to create $1 trillion in digital wealth and get 0.1% of that or whatever that may be, right? That'd probably make me pretty wealthy, wouldn't it? If I got just like 0.1% of how much money what would I be worth, guys, if I helped everybody in the community create $1 trillion in digital wealth and I kept 1/10 of that $1 trillion for myself, for my family, for my future? Do you guys think that's a fair? If you think that's a fair trade assumption, put a 1 in the chat. If you think that's like really fair, I could go for that, right? I could get behind that, right? Jan, did you do the math, buddy? What's my 1/10 of my $1 trillion? What I got? I got a few bucks. Can I take you to Starbucks? I'm gonna say it's $1 billion.
Mars, you can take me to Mars.
I'm gonna say it's $1 billion, right? That's what I'm gonna say. It's about $1 billion. Okay, so that would not be bad, right? To be able to and would I have some friends? Like, come on. I mean, like, I'd have like more friends, and I couldn't go anywhere in the world and not have friends, right? Because together, we, not me, but we. All we're doing, guys, is I just happen to get on a plane and fly across from Dallas to Houston. And the idea came to me, probably because I was close to heaven, right? As close as I've ever been. The idea came to me about people collaborating, working together, and moving things forward. And I actually, and you know, some people may not like this, but I looked at the MLM industry and I said, it's broken. It doesn't work for the vast majority. It works for some small group, but it doesn't work for the vast majorities. And that's where this all started from, was that flight. It's about an hour-long flight. And it was just downloaded or given to me. All we've become are the stewards of bringing it forward and coming up with the business concepts and helping get the community started. But at the end of the day, it's you guys that are the secret sauce, the genius, the brilliance, the real value that will get created and put together. So, all right. So can AI help us with organized library of videos that people can access to minimize the Zoom room help? Currently, we have many videos over the years, but to find them is hard. Yeah, Ken, we're going to build a whole knowledge base. So you can go in and put in, I need help with a wallet, MetaMask. so you don't have to go to YouTube because it's dangerous, right? You go out to YouTube and you get bad information. You know, one of the things Jan and I did is we said, hey, we're going to start doing some airdrops. You know, we went out and there's all variations of them on YouTube, right? And they don't really help you very much. They don't give you the details that are needed. So we're going to be creating a lot of that content and putting it together. A lot of it, guys, will be created with AI, meaning we'll come up with the content, feed it in, create the videos like what Jan showed you, where he told you what the name of the company was because he let it slip. He did it. I wasn't in control of the dial. I would have stopped it right beforehand, but it doesn't matter, guys. We love you guys. We trust you guys. We're next on Saturday. You're going to see the logo. You're going to see all the great stuff. And we're going to be ready to rock and roll. So, all right. Anybody else have anything? Any last questions? And not this next week, but the following week after this, guys. So not this next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. I'm going to go through and I'm going to explain to everyone how, and I'll say the name right now because you guys already heard on the recording, Next Web 3 will drive TruBadger, Insights, Safufi, Catapult, Crypto Gods, Community NFT Project, Otherverse, Digibot, Mixed Martial Arts, Star Babies. One of the keys here, guys, is through this bear market, you've positioned yourself here and there and there and there with an NFT here and a this here and a that here and all that stuff. This is really why it's super, super important. When the bull run comes, there'll be so much noise out there. It'll be hard for people to know where to go. We're like a lighthouse, okay? And I'll give you guys another analogy. Let's say you're out in the ocean on a little boat and the storm comes and you're getting close to shore. Would you rather have a little tiny lighthouse with a little tiny light on top of it? Or would you rather have this humongous giant lighthouse with this beaming light that's like nearly as bright as the sun to lead you into shore and safety? So little tiny dingy lighthouse or huge lighthouse that you cannot miss? Which one, guys? Give me the answer. I know it's like a pretty easy answer to say, right? And Jan put it in there. We're the lighthouse. That's what we're building. That's the community that we're building. It's the same thing. I'm a business and I'm getting ready to launch my project. In front of me is the storm that prevents me from having success in my business. Is everybody following me here? So the difficulties, the struggles, all the stuff, the figuring out the marketing, finding and building my community, all of that is this giant storm. But through that is a lighthouse that if you go directly with it, how do you go directly with it? You partner with us. You reward, you airdrop, you ROVC. You give us a return on the value that we create. ROVC, a return on the value we create. That's like right on the front of the lighthouse, right? It actually is in lights. Like, here's the lighthouse. Here it is. Come to us. ROVC required, right? We're going to help you, and you're going to help us, and we're going to help other people bringing great projects that the products, because that's one of the core utility, cutting edge technology. I think that's all I have, guys. I don't know if I have any more to talk about tonight. I only talked for we started at 7, right? I only been talking for 14 minutes. Is that right?
7, is it still
It
daylight?
was 7
savings
o'clock
time
somewhere.
over there,
Come
or
on.
what-
That's a song, isn't it? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, 7 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You know we love you guys. We like to have some fun, kid around a little bit, but Saturday we're going to get serious. and we are going to make this happen. One more time, put a 1 if you're with me. If you're willing to go, roll up your sleeves, get a little dirty if we need to, right? To get this thing done, get uncomfortable. That's what I mean by dirty, just getting yourself uncomfortable. Do something that you don't think you have in you at this point, or something that you don't think you can do. You're going to at least put forward the effort, and then we're going to get rewarded for those efforts through our own activity, through the activity of other people, essentially taking community as commerce, leverage, and powering that forward in order to create tremendous success for everybody that's involved. Corey, what does a tide do?
It raises all them ships.
Jan, what does the tide do?
It rises.
All the ships, right? Every boat that's in the harbor rises with it. Dawn, what do the ships do?
Raises every single ship, big or small.
Yep. And you get to decide the size of your ship, right? By how you participate, not just financially, but in the activity and everything they put in. Rhonda, tell her like it is.
Does it raise all the ships or all the chips? I can't.
Probably the ships and the chips.
And the
Put
chips.
on the
It
ship.
raises chips.
You got
it
some
raises
Frito-Lays
chips.
on that ship. It's rising with it, right? The Frito-Lays don't stay behind.
I was thinking of chips in Vegas kind of chips, like money.
Corey's like, yacht me, baby, yacht me. All right, Sharona, the final question. What does it do? What does it rise? What does the tide do?
It raises a whole community of ships.
Bingo, guys. Let's do it together.
Answer.
We're the tide, right? We're the ones that are going to raise these boats by going out and sharing this with people. Fearless, because we're only sharing a great opportunity. There's no fear of, the normal stuff when you're trying to sell somebody. Do they want it? Do they don't want it? All we want to do is share what we're doing, find the right people that want to become a part of it. Thank you. Love you guys. Looking forward to Saturday. I cannot wait to share you guys some of the content that we have. I don't know. Maybe Corey might want to leave you guys with a sizzle video. I don't know. It's up to him. I'm saying I'm okay with it if he wants to, but he may not want to at that point. I don't know yet.
I gotta save some stuff for Saturday, but
Yeah.
All right, he's going to save it for Saturday.
Good job,
See you here
Corey.
Saturday, guys.
Way to be
You get
strong.
see what I
Hey,
wanted
Peter.
I didn't want him to show you. I was just asking if he wanted to.
Should we
All right.
do we have them bring people who don't know what they know?
So right now, guys, Saturday is about our community. If somebody's already in Nexus, they're already a bee holder, right? And they're part of the Nexus community. Bring them on Saturday and we'll go through all that stuff. And then we'll start planning for some calls prior to the 1st for people to get themselves positioned and ready to go. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I got.
See y'all Saturday.
Yeah,
See you then.
guys.